Hey guys, it's Dave-O. Today I'll be working on my wife's car. What I'm going to show you how to do is take off part of the front bumper so you can expose the headlights. What I'm aiming to do is change the bulb here. Right here, this is called the marker light. I recently took it to motor vehicle. They failed me because both the passengers and the driver's side bulbs were burnt out. So I'm going to show you how to access these bulbs. It's not that easy. You have to take a bunch of screws off, loosen the front bumper area, and kind of fold out the headlight assembly so you can actually get to the bulbs inside. So that's what I'm going to do today. So, and I'll show you all the tools and everything you need to accomplish that. Okay, some of the tools you'll need for this job is a couple different sockets, Phillips screwdrivers, got a couple different sizes just in case, and possibly a pair of needle nose. Also, when you're handling the bulbs, make sure you have rubber gloves so none of the oils from your fingers get on those. Now that I got the hood popped, there's a couple bolts that you have to start with. In here you have a couple that actually hold the light assembly on. One right here will loosen that. Also, you have to take off a couple bolts along the front. This one here and here, moving over to the other side here and here. If you're just doing one bulb, I think you only have to take out these three. Because you can pretty much bend this down a little bit to expose the light, but since I have to do both of them, I'm going to take off both sides. Okay, I got all the bolts off now. You can see they're all off. They're all the same size bolts. They're pretty long, small threads, so I wind up switching to just a ratchet driver. 10 millimeters the size, pretty standard for vehicles. It just made it go a lot quicker than a standard ratchet. Okay, next step you have to do is you have to take off a couple bolts and a couple plastic rivets. Reason you have to do this is because you have to access three bolts that are underneath here. One holds the bottom bracket of the lens, and the other two hold this bumper on where you have to bend it back. So you have 1, 2, they are 7 millimeters. And then you have 3 of these plastic, one up top, that you have to remove so you can fold back the thing. So I'll do that now. Okay, now that I got these bolts off, you have to fold back this, and underneath, see if I can get a flashlight up in there, there's a couple bolts you have to remove. The first one is right here on this little bracket, little white bracket that comes out, and that actually holds the bolt that holds the bottom part of the lens on. So you have to remove that. And then up here on this side, there's 2 other bolts that actually hold this. I already took them off, but hold this bottom part of the bumper on, because you'll need to take them off because you have to bend this down to pull out that the lens. So there are the 3 bolts you have to take off. Once you do that, you'll be able to get out the lens, hopefully. Okay, this was the hard part. You have to pretty much bend this down, use a screwdriver, and pry underneath here, because there's all these little clips that hang out on this lens that prevent it from coming out. You can see there's a big one right there, and I actually had to have my son help me hold a piece down while I wiggled it out, but lo and behold, I got it out. Now you have access to that little light here, your high beams, low beams, turn signals, daytime running lamps, all your lights are right here. So you just pretty much just screw these out, pull them out, and pop in the bulb. So I'm gonna put the camera down, replace the bulbs I need to replace, and put that back up and do the other side. Okay, I got this side done. One thing you want to make sure you do is whatever bulb you replace, make sure you check it before you slide the lens back in, because you don't want to have to to slide it out more than once, trust me. One good thing is it slides in a lot easier than it slides out. So I'm just going to button up all the screws on this side and then work on the other side to complete the project. Alright guys, I got this second one out. This one was actually a tad bit easier, maybe because I'm so used to pulling these in and out. So here's the little marker light bulb. It's a real small one. It just pops into there, and then it goes back into this socket right here. Depending on how old your car is and how old all these other bulbs are, it might be a good idea, just because it's such a pain in the butt to pull out that lens, is to replace them all at the same time so you don't have to worry about them. But that's, you know, based on price, and it's totally up to you. But I'm just going to replace this bulb now and put the lens back in, put all the other screws, and I'll be done. Okay, here's the finished product. You can see that it's just a little tiny bulb. I don't know why it failed inspection. It's, you know, a lot of cars don't even have their marker lights, but the bulbs are in. It's all buttoned up. Everything's secure. So it's not the easiest task to do, but it is a do-it-yourself thing. If you just follow the right screws to take out and everything, it shouldn't be that hard of a problem. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like it and subscribe to my channel.